Kicking off from right to left will be Alex Denton. Denton averaging 34-7 on kickoffs. Stone Schmudlack was the best kicker for Waverly Shell Rock in the early part of the season, but he is out with an ACL injury. He was averaging 50 yards a kickoff, and the return team that we thought we'd see from day number 1, Colin Nimrod and Jake Hovden back deep for Decorah. You'll recall Jake Hovden had a kickoff return for a score, the deciding score against Waverly Shell Rock a year ago. So, Alex Denton will kick off from right to left. Here we go. Homecoming 2014, a midterm exam for both these teams, as week number 5 is upon us here for the high school football season. Here is the approach by Denton and the kick. Low kick coming down to Hovden. Near side numbers at the 2. Straight ahead 5, 10, 15. Opening to the 20. Jake to the 25. Bounces off a defender and gets dragged down in front of the sideline at the 30-yard line. Joel McNally, the man that brought him down, 1st and 10 at the 30 for Decorah.
Kick carried Jake's momentum backwards a little bit there, but once he got going forward, did exactly what you're supposed to do in that situation. Accelerated through the seam, didn't try to do anything fancy, and the Vikes set up in pretty decent field position on this first series.
1st and 10, 30-yard line, right hash as the Vikes move left to right. LaRue and Nimrod to the left. Eric Severson tight end right. I formation with Jake Hovden and Jacob Leaps. A 5-man front for the Go Hawks, and they have 8 in the box. Stefan takes, gives to Leaps off the left side, slips the defender in the backfield and gets dragged down near the line of scrimmage. He'll fall ahead to the 32. Get a couple, and Andrew Epley the stop.
Yeah, the seam never really developed on that one, Darren, and Leaps had his ankles tied up pretty much as soon as he had the ball, but a decent gain, and like I said in the pregame, maybe a little bit about getting Cole's feet wet.
2nd and 8 from the 32. Football in the center of the field. Heffron to the left side. Wing back right is Nimrod. Tight end right is Severson. I formation with Hovden and Leaps. 8 in the box for the Go Hawks and 5 on the line. Give to Jake right side. Slips a defender. Angles right. Runs to the 35. Stiff arms a man to the 40 and gets dragged down. In front of the Decorah bench at the 42-yard line, there is a flag down. Hovden able to get 10. It came from the line judge on the near side.
I'm almost thinking they might get Jake for hands to the face here.
A face mask against Waverly Shell Rock. So add 5 onto the run, and it'll be a 1st down to Decorah, or for Decorah, from the 47-yard line.
Well, there was a grasping of the face mask there, Darren, but positive outcome for the Vikings on that one.
And on an offensive end of things, they have to grab and twist. Offensively, you can stiff arm a guy in the face mask and not get penalized at the high school level. 1st down and 10, 47-yard line, near side hash. Severson left. LaRue right, wing right is Nimrod. I with Leaps and Hovden. Drop it, throws Cole Steffen. His first varsity pass is caught by Hovden at the 44, but knocked back from that yard marker. It'll be a loss of 3 yards. First to the football was Tanner Kruger for Waverly Shell Rock.
A loss there, but Cole coming out, completing his first pass. Just a little check down out to the flat. Unfortunately, results in a loss there, Darren, but good to see Cole getting some confidence here in the early going.
So, 2nd down upcoming, 2nd and 13 it'll be. Football at the 44-yard line, left hash. Heffern to the left side, wing left is Nimrod. Tight end right, Severson. I formation with Leaps and Hovden. 8 in the box for the Go Hawks. Here's the give to Leaps, hit at the line of scrimmage, spins forward, off left guard to the 47. He'll get the 3 yards back they lost previous, and the tackle will go to Brandon Bowman. 3rd down and 10 for Decorah. We are 2 minutes in, no score.
Not much doing there, Darren, in these 3rd and long situations, something that we've kind of harped on a lot to this point in the season.
So 3rd and 10 from the 47-yard line. Left hash, LaRue left, wing back right is Nimrod, tight end right is Severson, and an I formation with Leaps and with Hovden. 6 on the line of scrimmage. Here's the pitch to Hovden, right side, a block from Leaps, but the blocker threw Leaps right back into Hovden, and Hovden knocked back from the 44-yard line. The first contact went to Gage Myers, who just kind of blew up the lead blocker, Jake Leaps, and it's a loss of 3 and a 4th down for Decorah.
That's how you absorb a block right there, Darren. You don't allow yourself to be the target, you become the targeter.
Jacob leaps on in punt formation. Carter Zidlicki will snap it back deep to return the punt. Dalton Graven averaging 16.5 a kick. Leaps on the season as a punter, averaging 37.6 of kicks. Snap back in good shape, no pressure, gets the kick away. He'll angle it to the right side, and it'll angle out of bounds in the vicinity of the 25-yard line. So not a great punt. The only real positive, it's no return. So 9:01 to play here in quarter number 1. Go Hawks get the football for the first time as the ball will be marked at the 27-yard line. So the punt will go 29 yards and no return. 1st and 10 for the Go Hawks from the 28-yard line. In a scoreless game, Go Hawks left to right here in the first quarter. Vikes up front with Eric Severson, Corey Anderson, Cole Headington, and Chris Hartman. Leaps and Wise at the linebackers, Knight, Heffern, Hubden, Sinkink, and LaRue in the secondary. Snap to Jake Belke. He'll throw the right side. The catch is made at the 30-yard line, and Heffern wrestles down Peter Bates. Loose football, but they're going to rule it down right at the 30-yard line. Nice open field stop for Peter Bates, who just made his 11th catch of the season, but a one-on-one tackle from Heffern limits him to a 2-yard gain.
Great play there by Nolan, getting out there, keeping true to his assignment, making the play, and then obviously ball scored it out, not going to count, but nice play overall there by Nolan. Football
on the right hash, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Belke will be in the shotgun. Standing to his right will be the fullback, Ryan Sprain. Here is Belke taken, given to Sprain. Finds a hole off the left guard, breaks a tackle at the 35, moves ahead to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down or close to it. They're going to mark him closer to the 38, and the final contact came from Garrett Wise.
That time
it'll be a first down.
Garrett stepped up nicely in the hole, but was not the low man on that one. Just got kind of steamrolled on that play, and the Go Hawks pick up a first down.
1st and 10, 38-yard line, 8:15 to play, first quarter, no score. Go Hawks first possession. 2 receivers left side, 2 receivers right side. Football on the right hash. Belke in the gun, and Ryan Sprain to his right. 4-man front for Decorah. Here's Belke on his own read, keep right side. Runs across the 40 to the 45 and tiptoes out of bounds to the 46-yard line. Escorted to the boundary by Nolan Heffern. Belke, a good athlete, and a gain of 8.
One of the things that makes Waverly so formidable, especially on offense, is the dual threat nature of Belke, the quarterback. He's got a pretty decent arm, and obviously can use his legs like we just saw.
2nd and 2 from the 46-yard line, Go Hawk territory. 2 receivers to the left side, 2 receivers right. Belke in the gun, Sprain to his right, 4-man front for Decorah. High snap and a give to Sprain. No, Belke keeps it left side, first down and more. He runs to the 45 and gets stumped near the near side hash mark by Sinkink at the 47-yard line. It is a gain of 7 yards and a first down.
A little bit of kind of a read option there, look, Darren, and that's something Decorah started to see a lot more of over the past few years.
No score, 7:50 to play, first quarter, 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Football near the near side hash mark, which is the left side of the field. McNally and Graven to the left side, 2 receivers off to the right. That's Myers and Bates. Belke in the gun, Sprain to his right. Belke takes, gives to Sprain, has nice interference running out front. He runs to the 40, turns up field to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Kent Sesker throws the flag, and that's going to be a hold. Chris Hartman was getting held like nobody's business. Back it comes. I think Kent Sesker was a little lost because his umpire didn't catch that, but he saw it. He threw it late, but it was the correct call.
Yeah, they're going to get Waverly for the hold there, like you said, Darren. On that play, the cornerback on this near side, Brett LaRue, kind of bit to the inside and got driven down. That allowed the lane to the outside, but nonetheless, it's coming back.
Kent Sesker will tell us first down. And 21 it will be, as it will move back to the Waverly Shell Rock 42-yard line. Talking to Coach Hubbard, he said they had to cut down on the penalties, and a key one right there, taking 6 points off the board. 7:26 to play first quarter, no score. Go Hawks 1st and 21, back to the 42. McNally and Graven to the left side. Bates and Myers off to the right. Belke in the gun, Sprain to his left, football on the left hash. Belke takes the snap, gives to Sprain, running the right end, has room, turns upfield across the 45, runs to the 15, gets covered up. Outside the hash mark near the far side numbers at the 49-yard line, Adam Knight, the man that brought him down. They're going to mark him at the 48, so give him 10.
The Vikings had an opportunity there to bring him down about 5 yards prior to where the play ended, but nevertheless, 2nd and long. This is a big moment early in the ball game for this Viking defense.
5 minutes in, no score. 2nd and 11 for the Go Hawks. Football in Decorah territory at the 48-yard line. 2 receivers either side. High snap to Velke. He'll keep it on the zone read right side, runs to the 40, and wrestled down by Jacob Leaps on the far side. Hash mark at the 41-yard line. Gain of 7 to set up a 3rd down and 4 for the Go Hawks.
That read option really being utilized well for Waverly. They've gotten success on the keepers by Velke and also handing off to Sprain there. So until the Vikings can shut at least one of those options down, Waverly's got multiple good options to use on the offensive side of the ball.
3rd and 4 from the 41 right hash. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Velke in the gun, Sprain to his right. High snap to Velke. He'll give to Sprain left side, looking to turn upfield. Wrestled down in the middle of the field near the 38, shy of a 1st down. Chris Hartman and Jake Hubden combine on the stop. They'll mark him just inside the 39. It's 4th and about 2 for the Go Hawks.
Yeah, not surprisingly, it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field here, Darren. So, huge play. This could be one of those momentum-shifting plays early in a ball game.
And Hub's going to take a timeout. Timeout, Coach Hubbard. 5:49 to play, quarter number 1. No score. Let's take a break for Burning Rock Product. Well, big early play in this one, a 4th and 2 from the Decorah 39. The Vikings got 1 first down on their initial series, but had to punt after that. The Go Hawks have gotten 2 first downs on this series, and they have a 4th and 2 from the 39-yard line. The football will be in the center of the field as they move right to left. Go Hawks nothing, Vikings nothing, homecoming 2014.
This is going to be a big situation here, Darren. Obviously, earlier in the drive, the Go Hawks with a touchdown wiped out by a holding call, and if you can get a stop here defensively, from Decorah's perspective, that that really makes that penalty hurt even worse than it already did.
4th and 2 from the 39. 2 tight ends, double wing set. Riley Steckelberg, the fullback, behind Jake Velke. Bates starts in motion as Velke takes the snap, rolling out to his right side. He keeps it on the bootleg, and he'll escape out of bounds in the vicinity of the 35-yard line. He got just enough for a 1st down on the Waverly Shell Rock sideline, chased to the boundary by Eric Severson.
That was almost as if Velke had kind of an option there, whether to throw it down the field or if he saw an opening, just take off and run. The Vikings did a nice job on the coverage end of things on that play, but just no one left on that far side of the field.
Football right hash, 1st and 10, 35-yard line, 2 wings, and Riley Steckelberg, the fullback, 2 tight ends. Here's the give to Riley Steckelberg, runs the right side. He runs into Jacob Leaps at the 31 outside the numbers and knocked back from that point. Steckelberg, the leading rusher for the Go Hawks with 461 yards coming in, gets 4 on his first carry.
Looked like Nolan Heffern again on the stop there. A tough physical run, but also a nice job by Nolan getting in there, playing some tough, hard-nosed football so far in this game.
How important is secondary run support against this style of offense, Chris?
Well, you have to have responsibilities taken care of, Darren. Somebody has to be responsible for the quarterback if he should keep it. Somebody has to be responsible for a running back if they get it. So you need to have secondary men that can come up and tackle.
2nd and 6 from the 21. Velke rolling left, throws the left side. It's caught at the 22-yard line beneath the coverage of Andy Sinkink. It's Ryan Sprain out of the backfield. They'll mark him at the 22 for a 1st down and a gain of 9 yards. Well-executed play for the Go Hawks.
Yeah, not really any defender around within probably a 5-yard radius on that one, Darren. Didn't necessarily look like a breakdown in coverage that time, but just a nice job by Velke finding an open receiver.
1st and 10, 22-yard line, 4:45 to play, quarter 1, no score. Football in Decorah territory. Go Hawks taking their time in the huddle. 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage. Wing back left is Sprain. Wing back right is Bates. And the fullback is Riley Steckelberg. Here is a counter right side to Sprain. Hit by Eric Severson. He'll fall forward to the 16-yard line. Severson got off his block and covered up Sprain on recovery as they'll mark him at the 16. It's a gain of 6 yards.
Severson had to reach back to make the tackle. It was a pretty fine play in all honesty, but the hole that time on that counter play was enormous.
This will be play number 13 for the Go Hawks that started at their own 28-yard line. This is a 2nd and 4 from the 16-yard line. Two tight ends, double wing set. Riley Steckelberg, the single back in the single back offense. 6-man front for Decorah. Steckelberg takes the handoff, runs the left side. He'll run to the 11-yard line and get covered up by Chris Hartman amongst others. It'll be a first down on a gain of 5 yards.
And that mantra we talked about in the pregame, Darren, bend but not break for Decorah. This is where it's time for the defense to step up and get out of here. Worst case with giving up 3 points maybe.
And the Go-Hawks do have field goal kickers. Denton's longest one, though, is 20. Their good field goal kicker is hurt. First and 10, 11-yard line, near hash. Double wing set. Steckelberg, lone setback. Belke takes the snap, rolling out to his right side. Belke throws the right side, wide of the mark, incomplete. Going for his tight end, Andrew Epley, covered in the Decorah zone by Jake Hovden on the far side hash at the 5, second down.
Nice play there, coverage-wise, again, by Decorah. The coverage has been pretty solid on this first Waverly possession. And just to kind of go back to that previous point, Darren, you'd almost wonder with their kicker out if they would treat this more as 4-down territory anyway.
3:29 to play, first quarter, no score. Second and 10 from the 11-yard line, two tight ends, double wing set. Steckelberg, the lone setback. He'll get the call, runs off the right side, claps, and dropped down at the 9-yard line towards the center of the field. It was Corey Anderson recovering from his defensive tackle position to bring him down. They'll mark him just inside the 9. It's third down and about 7 as they can get a first down about the 1.5.
Great job by Corey that time, getting off his block, shedding the blocker, coming down, making a nice play, and setting up a third and medium here for Waverly Shell Rock.
They are 0 of 1 on third downs. They converted a fourth down earlier in the drive. 3rd and 7 from the 8-yard line. Vehelke takes pitch to Sprain, right side, looking to turn upfield. Hit by Colin Nimrod and brought down at the 6-yard line, outside the numbers in front of the Waverly sideline. It's a gain of 3, and it's 4th down for the Go-Hawks.
What an outstanding play by Nimrod on that. He came from across the formation, just ran the ball carrier down from behind, and that's the kind of plays that you expect out of a guy like Colin Nimrod.
23-yard attempt for Denton. He's 1 of 1 on field goals this year. He hit a 20-yarder. The holder on the play is Cole Havelick. Angle will be from the right side. Snap, spot, kick, up, and good. Waverly Shell Rock takes a 3-0 lead with 2:13 to play here in quarter number 1. Let's take a break for Dick Kubler and Troy Whitehill with Edward Jones Investment. Quite an opening drive for the Go-Hawks. 66 yards, 17 plays, 6:48 off the clock. Go-Hawks up 3-0, but only 3 there, Chris.
Yeah, it's that bend but don't break mantra we keep talking about, Darren. And on the flip side, Waverly, you got to be a little disappointed. You lost yourself potentially 4 points on that holding call that wiped out the touchdown. But nice job by the Decorah defense taking advantage of that play. And again, Waverly had a nice drive going, but the Decorah defense stepped up when they really needed it to.
Nimrod and Hovden back deep to field the kick of Denton. He put the first one near the end zone. Hovden returned it 28 yards to the 30-yard line. Denton has his football teed up in the center of the field, kicking from right to left. Denton with the approach and the kick. Down to the center of the field, Colin Nimrod takes it at the 5, angles right to the 10 to the 15, opening to the 20. He's to the 25 and covered up at the 26-yard line. Colin with a return of 21 yards. Andrew Epley, the man that brought him down, and on special teams there's a player down on the far side for Decorah. Dr. Dave out to check out the situation, and the injured player is Caven Spry for Decorah. So Decorah will start 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line after the 22-yard return for Colin Nimrod as they attend to the injured Caven Spry. Will tell you that coming up tomorrow, a no Luther game tomorrow. The Norse, off to their best start since 1987. They are off tomorrow, and they will take on Dubuque a week from tomorrow. And it'll be Iowa in Purdue tomorrow, 9 a.m. the pregame, 11 a.m. the kickoff. You can listen to that on FM 100.5. And Kelly Ruckert, a student trainer, Dr. Dave, and now Bill Post out to assess Caven Spry right now. And let's take a timeout for Folkedal service. Center. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line as Spry off to the sideline under his own power. Vikes left to right. LaRue to the left side. Nimrod wing left. Tight end right. Severson. Nimrod, or Hubden, rather, and Wise in I formation. Stefanoff play action, has time, steps up in the pocket, scrambles to his left, dumps left, catch made by Hubden across the 35, east to the 40, brought down outside the numbers in front of the Waverly bench by Andrew Epley at the 40-yard line, a gain of 13 and a first down. Cole looked as relaxed as a first-time starter could expect to be in that situation, Chris.
Yeah, just a great job there by Cole, being flush from the pocket, but at the same time, keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for something to open up, and then hitting one of his big playmakers.
First down and 10, 41-yard line, left hash. Severson left, Heffern right, wing right is Nimrod. Split backs with Wise and Hubden. Here's the give to Wise up the middle, running right, and gets brought down in the center of the field at the 46-yard line. Taking the brunt of the blow was Dalton Graven, bringing him down, a gain of 5 yards.
And honestly, Darren, it's obviously not much to go on yet, but this entire offensive unit looks a little more calm here on these first two plays of this second drive.
2nd and 5 from the 46. LaRue left, tight end right is Severson. Nimrod wingback right. Wise and Hubden split behind Steffen. 5-man line for the Go-Hawks. Pitch to Wise, right side, a block from Hubden, turns upfield, 50, east to the 40, speeds up the right side and gets shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him at the Go-Hawk 29-yard line. Tanner Kruger, the man that brought him down. It is a gain on the play of 25 and a first down.
And Wise gets the yardage on that play, but what an outstanding effort from everyone involved on that play. There were blockers downfield, Darren, everybody doing their job, and that's how you put together a successful football play.
1st and 10, 29-yard line, 1:03 to play in the quarter, 3-0 Waverly Shell Rock. 1st and 10 from the 29 in Waverly Shell Rock territory. 6-man front for the Go-Hawks. Here's the give to Wise. Runs into his own blocker and gets knocked back from the 30-yard line as he tried the left side that time. A little bit of stutter step in the backfield, and that usually doesn't lead to good things. Gentry Miller led the charge defensively for the Go-Hawks. It's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, when you slow or even stop your momentum going forward, Darren, usually not a whole lot of good things are going to happen, like you mentioned, and nothing doing that time.
2nd and 11 from the 30-yard line. 35 seconds left in the quarter, 3-0 Waverly Shell Rock. LaRue left, Nimrod wing left, tight end right, Severson, split backs, Hubden and Wise. 6-man front for the Go-Hawks. Here's the give on a wingback sweep to Nimrod. Turns upfield, he's inside the 25, tried to cut it back to the right and hurdle a defender and got knocked back by Dalton Graven at the 26. It's a gain of 4.
Big hole opened up that time here on the near side. Looked like maybe there was a small cutback lane for Colin. Not sure if it would have yielded anything, but a decent play there for the Vikings.
That's going to be the end of the first quarter. 3-0 Waverly Shell Rock. Let's take a break for Rockweiler Appliance and TV. A good offensive drive for Waverly Shell Rock led to 3 points in quarter number 1. The Decorah Vikings on their second drive of the game have a 3rd down and 7 at the Waverly Shell Rock 26-yard line. We'll get the stats here momentarily, but slowly but surely, bottom line is this offense kind of getting more comfortable as they get more snaps throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, you can definitely see that rhythm that you want developing here, Darren, and a big play coming up here, although kind of like we saw, or like we mentioned on that Waverly drive, in this field position, wouldn't surprise me if you approach this situation as if you have 2 downs to use.
Decorah 45 yards rushing, 11 passing, 56 overall. Go-Hawks 66 rushing, 11 passing, 77 overall. Go-Hawks have had it for 648, Decorah for 512. Decorah is 0 of 1 on 3rd down conversions. 3rd and 7 from the 26, moving right to left. Hubden and Wise split behind Steffen. Split to the left near side is Heffern. Football on the right hash. Here's the give to Wise. Plows ahead off the right side. Sneaks down to near the 22-yard line. On the bottom of the pile for the Go-Hawks was Drew Ragsdale. It's 4th down for Decorah.
Not surprisingly, the offense staying on the field here, Darren, and this is one of those times as an offense where you just have to dig deep and think, if we can't get 3 yards on this play, then, hats off to Waverly's defense. But big play again here early in the ballgame.
4th and 4 from the Go-Hawk 23. LaRue right. Wing left is Nimrod. I formation with Hubden and Wise. 6-man front for the Go-Hawks. Right hash. Pitch goes to Jake. Left side looking to turn upfield. He gets inside the 20 and brought down On the near side, numbers at the 17-yard line. Andrew Epley, the man that brought him down, a gain of 6, and the Vikes move the sticks with 11:16 to go second quarter. 3-0 Go Hawks.
Viking offense right now just kind of with that mindset, of just keep chopping wood, keep grinding away at it, and a big first down pickup there. A new set of downs, and this offense looks almost revitalized after that first possession.
Football on the left near hash mark. 1st and 10 from the 17. 2 tight ends, Nimrod wing right. I with Wise and Hovden. Steffen takes the snap, rolls out to his right side. Dump right, catch made by Hovden at the 20. He gets to the 15-yard line and covered up right there. It was Ryan Sprain who brought him down. A gain on the play of about 1.5 yards. 2nd and 8 upcoming from the 15.
And again, it doesn't result in a huge gain, but Cole, again, making the right decision with defenders in his face, just dumping that one off, making sure you get a completion.
And you know what? When you get 33 as touches, usually good things are going to happen, aren't they? 2nd and 8 from the 15-yard line. LaRue to the left side. Wing right is Nimrod. Split backs with Hovden in with Wise. Severson tight end right side of the line. Here is the give to Hovden. Cuts back left as he plows ahead off left guard to the 13-yard line. He'll come down in the arms of Drew Ragsdale. A gain of about 2.5. 3rd down, 6 upcoming. 2 minutes into quarter number 2. Go Hawks up 3-0.
Now the Vikings in that range where they might think about trotting the kicker out if they don't pick this up. But you know what, Darren? Gain 6 or more yards, and you don't have to put yourself in that position.
Like so of 2 on 3rd down conversions. 3rd down it will be from the 12-yard line. Split left, wing left, split backs with Hovden and Wise. Here's the give to Hovden, left side. Looks for an opening and gets dragged down near the 11-yard line. And on the play was Andrew Epley once again. Field goal unit coming on for Decorah. And it'll be a shot from the center of the field. Andy Sinkink on the season is 2 of 3 on field goals. He missed a 36-yarder last week. His long has been 30 yards. Tyler Dostal will be the snapper. And holding will be the quarterback, Cole Steffen. Snap, spot, kick, up, and good. Andy Sinkink with the field goal. It's a 3-3 ball game with 9 minutes to play second quarter. And let's take a break for Vic's Heating and Plumbing. 3 score. Go Hawks with a nice drive, answered by a Viking nice drive of their own. 64 yards, 11 plays, 5:13 off the clock. Coach Post talked about the aspects of the kicking game being a positive to this point. Now the kickoffs, PATs, been a little bit of an adventure at times, but Andy Sinkink gets the job done right there.
You love to see Andy step up in that spot. Kind of an interesting thing I just noticed. Not often at Decorah do you see the starting quarterback out on the kickoff team, but Cole was out there. They brought another man on for him.
I think Cole has been on the team here in the first 4 weeks of the season. So, back deep for the Go Hawks to field the kick. Ryan Sprain, 30.3 yards a return. He does have a touchdown. Peter Bates, 25.6 a return. Bates is on the far side. Sprain is on the near side. Andy Sinkink doing a decent job kicking off the football this year. 49.4 the average, and he has 1 touchback. That was helped by the wind down on the plateau at Epworth last week. Here's the approach and the kick by Sinkink. This one is a deep one that comes down to Bates at the 5. Straight ahead, 10, 15, 20. Opening to the 25. Hit and brought down by Timmy Winter. At the 26-yard line in the center of the field, that's where the Go Hawks will start left to right on their second possession. Nice
open field tackle by Winter, just maintaining that lane discipline that you talk about on the kickoff coverage crew. And, Decorah offense, obviously you've got a bunch of guys that play both ways there, Darren. But anytime you can stay on the field for an extended period of time like that offense did, it really boosts the confidence of that defense.
This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah, 8:55 to play quarter 2. We're tied at 3. 3 receivers to the right side, single receiver off to the left. Velke in the gun. Sprain will be to his left, 4-man front for Decorah. Velke takes the snap, short drop, throws to the left side. Catch is made by McNally up the far side to the 40 and dragged down in front of the Waverly Shell Rock bench at the 47-yard line by Garrett Wise. McNally beat the initial coverage of Brett LaRue, and it ends up being a 21-yard gain or a 22-yard gain to a first down to the 48.
Yeah, and Brett there kind of for lack of a better term, committing kind of a cardinal sin of a cornerback kind of lunging for the ball, got himself out in front of the receiver instead of making sure he was in a position to make a tackle.
First and 10, 48-yard line, left hash. McNally to the left side, as well as Alex Robeson. To the right side, Gage Myers. In the shotgun, Velke Sprain to his right. Velke takes the snap, gives to Sprain, left side, finds a gap across the 50, and brought down inside Decorah territory on the left hash at the 46 by Jacob Leaps, a gain of 6.
And, that you could almost argue, Darren, that if you're letting Waverly complete those passes, pick up big chunks of yardage, that makes it even tougher when it comes to stopping this run game, because obviously they're going to keep using those to complement each other.
8-minute mark, second quarter, 3-3 game. 2nd and 4 from the 46. 3 receivers right, single receiver left. Velke in the gun, Sprain to his left. Velke takes the snap, has time, goes to McNally left side, and he makes the catch at the 38, and he is dragged down by Brett LaRue. Right there, it'll be a first down. It was a high throw, and McNally went up and got it for a gain of 8 yards. McNally goes 6'2", had to use all of his 6'2" and then some to catch that football.
Nice grab on that one, and a much better job in coverage by Brett LaRue that time, making sure that, if the receiver does come down with the ball, you're in a position to make sure he doesn't gain any yardage after the catch.
First and 10, 38-yard line, left hash. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Velke in the gun, Sprain to his left. Velke takes the snap, gives to Sprain right inside. No, he keeps it on his own read right side. He runs inside the 30 and tripped up. Colin Nimrod tripped him up to the 28-yard line, perhaps close enough to measure for a first down, or at least look if it is a first down. Kent Sesker will look, and they may measure. This one going to be a short jaunt for Dave Lumen and Denny Green on the far side. And talk about that zone read play. What type of keys are your safeties looking at there? What type of keys are your linebackers looking at there, Chris?
Generally, Darren, anyone playing on the interior of the defense is going to be responsible for the quarterback. So you're talking your inside linebackers. Your safeties are going to be your secondary run support on the quarterback. But, outside linebackers, defensive ends. Actually, excuse me, Darren, the defensive end will be focusing on the quarterback. The corners, the outside linebackers really have to stay keyed in on the running back. And, defending the read option is one of those things where it really does take all 11 guys on the field to do it well.
First and 10, 28-yard line after the measurement. Left hash, Decorah territory, 3-3 game, 7 minutes to play second quarter. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Velke in the gun, Sprain to his right. Give to Sprain left side, hesitation moving. Now he charges ahead off left tackle and gets to the 19-yard line before Jake Hubden brings him down, a gain of 9 yards.
And obviously, you have to give credit to the offensive line of Waverly as well. They're not only establishing their blocks at the point of attack, but also getting into that second level, which is something you hear coaches, defensive coaches, talk about all the time. And these linebackers for Decorah are not being allowed to roam free.
So 2nd and 1 from the 19-yard line. 3 receivers left, single receiver right. Give to Sprain, no. Velke keeps it off the right side, runs to the 15, gets to the 10, and covered up there by Eric Severson. It'll be a first down on a gain of 9 yards.
And it's, kind of deja vu. Darren, you're down here backed up in the shadow of your own goalpost again, and it's a situation where you just have to find it somewhere within yourself and as a group to find a way to keep them out of the end zone here.
Halfway point, second quarter, 3-3 game, 1st and 10, or 1st and goal inside the 10 now for the Gohawks. 3 receivers left, single receiver right. Velke in the gun, Sprain to his right. Velke keeps it on the read option right side, looking to turn upfield, hit by Colin Nimrod, and down he goes at the 15-yard line, a loss of 5 yards. They'll mark him at the 13.
And Colin Nimrod so far tonight, Darren, has just been a shining example of kind of just sheer will. If you ask me, he's out there. You can tell that what he's focused on right now is making plays, for the good of the football team, and he's done that on multiple occasions here tonight.
Second and goal from the 13 right hash. 3 receivers left, single receiver right. Velke in the gun, Sprain to his right. Velke takes the snap, retreats in the pocket, has time. Now the pocket collapses, being chased by Severson, rolling to his left. Pumping once, he's near the 15 and shoved to the sideline. It was, I believe, Brett LaRue who shoved him to the sideline. Correction, Nolan Heffern did at the 13, gain of 0 for Velke. It's 3rd and goal, 5:17 to play, second quarter, 3-3 game. Great
coverage there downfield by Decorah. Velke, for as long as he was able to keep that play alive, couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, and now, Darren, you set yourself up in another big spot.
3rd and goal from the 13. The Go Hawks on the night are 0 of 2 from third downs, or on third downs. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Velke in the gun. Throws over the middle, and the catch is made inside the 10 at the 4-yard line. Reception for Alex Robeson cutting over the middle. He is dumped on the play by Garrett Wise, and it's 4th down for Waverly Shell Rock. Interesting call here for Hub.
Looks like they're going to... He might be taking a timeout, Darren.
And he will take his second timeout. 4:57 to play till halftime. It is a 3-3 game. And let's take a break for the A&J Petersburg Agency Insurance and Real Estate. 4:57 to go, second quarter, 3-3 game. Waverly Shell Rock in Decorah. Decorah punted on their first possession, got a field goal on their second possession. Go Hawks got a field goal on their first possession, and they have driven from their own 26 to the Decorah 4-yard line. It's a 4th and goal. Coach Mark Hubbard takes his second time out right there. And an interesting call here for Coach Hubbard.
I mean, you can definitely see it both ways, Darren. Like you mentioned during the break, the way the game is going almost lends itself to kicking here. But when the Go Hawks have made successful plays, they've often been able to pick up 4 or more yards.
3 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. So, yes, they are going. Velke in the shotgun, springing to his right, football towards the left hash. Velke takes the snap, rolls to his right. Velke fires over the middle, catch made, touchdown. That was Peter Bates in the back of the end zone. Velke found him for his second touchdown pass of the year. Both have gone to Peter Bates. It's 9-3. Go Hawks with 4:51 to play here till halftime.
When you get those multiple receiver sets that close to the end zone, Darren, it's easy to kind of get lost as a defensive back because there's so little space, and if the offense decides to try a little kind of rub route, it's easy to get picked off there.
And Denton misses the PAT, so a missed PAT makes it 9-3 with 4:51 to play till halftime. And let's take a break for Hacker Nelson, CPAs and Business Consultants. 9-3 Waverly Shell Rock. They've scored both times they've had the football. Decorah punted once and scored on a field goal the other time they had the football. Alex Denton misses the PAT after the Velke to Bates connection for the score. 4:51 till play till halftime. And the Vikings trail it by a 9-3 margin, but the last offensive series, pretty good one for Decorah, so hopefully some confidence was established on that drive. Denton will kick off from left to right for the first time tonight. Here's the approach and the kick. This one coming down to Jake on the far side. It bounces at the 9, taken by Jake at the 6 to the 10 to the 15, and submarined near the 20-yard line. They'll mark him at the 21, so first down and 10 for Decorah from that point, moving right to left. Trailing 9-3, 4:45 to play till halftime, and the Vikes have all 3 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, Jake had to let the ball hit the ground that time. Never really got his momentum going. And, sometimes with a guy like Jake, even he can make something happen when he doesn't have a lot of momentum. But not too often that you see big things come of that.
Vikes moving right to left. First and 10 from the 21. I formation. Split left LaRue, wing left is Nimrod. Here is Steffen taking, given to Leaps. Starts right, cuts back to the left, moves ahead to the 24-yard line. Gets about 3 on the play. Brought down by the middle of the Go Hawk defense, Evan Kramer amongst others.
And I think, a big thing that last drive for Decorah did is, you've kind of established that your game plan coming in is useful. And, you don't have to deviate from it too much based on what we've seen so far.
Second and 7 from the 24. To the left side, Heffern. Wing left is Nimrod. Tight end right, Severson. I with Sinkink and with Leaps this time. Here's the give to Andy left side. He gets submarined in the backfield as the power side just got blown up that time as Andy Sinkink knocked down by Epley amongst others at the 24, gain of 0. Third down upcoming, 3:55 to play till halftime. 9-3 Go Hawks.
Just way too much penetration from that defensive front that time, Darren.
Third and 7 for Decorah from their own 24-yard line. Vikes are 0 of 2 on third downs. Two receivers left, Heffern and Nimrod. Tight end right is Severson. Split backs, Sinkink and Leaps. 8-man front for Waverly Shell Rock. Driving to throw is Steffen. Steffen throws the left side, incomplete, and a flag is down. Brett LaRue was tripped up by Tanner Kruger. It'll be a 15-yard penalty, and the Vikes will move the sticks.
That might have been one of those calls, Darren, where sometimes when you see the feet get tangled up, some officials won't call it. They'll call it incidental contact. But I think on that one, you saw the defender's arm almost extend out at the end of the play, and you can't not call that as an official. First down and 10 from the 39-yard line it will be. So a 15-yard penalty will give the Vikings a first down. So the Go Hawks had a touchdown taken away from via a penalty earlier tonight, and would have had a 3-and-out if it wasn't for the penalty there. First and 10, 39-yard line, left hash, split backs, Sinkink and Leaps. Wing right is Nimrod. Tight end right is Severson. Split to the left side is Heffern. Cole gives to Leaps, plowing ahead off the right side, moves ahead to the 41-yard line, but not a lot further. Nice gang tackling by the Go Hawk defense. About 5 men in on the play, including Theo Talamantes. Yeah, and based on what we've seen from Decorah this far offensively, it's just one of those classic Decorah situations, just methodically picking up a few yards here and there, stringing together a few plays, and then obviously getting a break with that penalty. 2:57 to play till halftime, 9-3 Go Hawks. Go Hawks get the ball to start the second half. Second and 8 from the 41, give to Leaps left side, and he is brought down on a solo stop by Andrew Epley at the 42. Gain of a yard, third down upcoming for Decorah. Pretty outstanding play there from Epley. Just came across. There was a hole there, but Epley just kind of blew it up, wrapped up the ankles, and made the play. Third and 7 from the 42 with 2.5 to play till halftime. 9-3 Go Hawks. Heffern and Nimrod to the right side. Tight end left is Severson. Football towards the left or near side. Hash marks, Sinkink and Leaps. Split behind. Steffen. Under center, takes the snap, drops back to throw. Cole with time, fires over the middle, nearly intercepted, and it ends up in a drop. He went for Severson, who was well covered by Kruger over the middle near the Go Hawk 48. It's fourth down. Obviously, from our vantage point, we can't really see whether or not there was a window there, Darren, but if there was, it was extremely small. If you want to take a positive out of that play, excellent protection that time from the Decorah offensive line. Jacob Leap's first punt was 29 yards, 2:11 to play till halftime. Snap back in good shape. Leaps will move forward, get the kick away. This one a better one. A line drive kick coming down to Graven. Near side hash at the 20. Finds an opening to the 30 and gets covered up. In the vicinity of the 34-yard line on the near side, Carter Zidlicki, the long snapper, brought him down. 38-yard punt, but a 14-yard return. 2:01 to play till halftime. Go Hawks, one timeout remaining. They lead it by a 9-3 margin, then they also get the ball to start the second half. Yeah, that's what really makes this the biggest spot so far in this game for the Vikings defensively. You don't want to let Waverly put more points on the board before half and then have an opportunity to double up, so to speak, after the break. Three receivers to the left, two receivers to the near side right as the Go Hawks move left to right. And the football on the near side hash. Dropping a throw is Velke under pressure. Throws the right side. Catch is made by Sprain. Tips toes out of bounds in front of the Decorah bench beneath the coverage of Nolan Heffern at the 47-yard line. A gain of 13 and a first down. Again, Velke just showing some patience there, waiting until a receiver comes open and then making a good pitch and catch. First and 10, 48-yard line. Two receivers rather to the right, three to the left. Velke pop flies to the left side, going for his man McNally, who tries to make a catch but couldn't pull it down.
Try to make an over-the-shoulder grab near the 33-yard line on the far side. Andy Sinkink was in coverage, second down.
Belke put a lot of air under that one, Darren, and not sure he needed to kind of finesse it that much, but nevertheless, Vikings catch a break on that one, setting up second down.
1:50 to play till halftime, 9-3 Go Hawks. Second and 10 for the Go Hawks. Football in the near or right side hash at the 48-yard line. Two receivers right side, two receivers left. Belke in the gun and Sprain to his right, four-man front for Decorah. Belke will take the snap. He'll give to Sprain left side. Nice hesitation move off left guard, but he got denied the 49-yard line in Viking territory on a nice tackle by Jacob Leaps. It's a gain of 3 to set up a 3rd and 7 with 100 seconds to play till halftime.
That's what they like to call in the biz, Darren, clinic tape right there from Jacob Leaps. Just an outstanding form tackle.
3rd and 7 it'll be for the Go Hawks from the 49-yard line. The Go Hawks have been very efficient. This is only their 4th third down attempt. They have yet to convert one. 3 receivers left, single receiver right. Grabbing to throw is Belke. Belke pumping once, throwing deep down the right side. He's going for his man, and it's picked off by Hubden at the 15-yard line. He regains his balance, breaks a tackle there. Now he cuts it back to the left. He runs to the 20 and gets covered up at the 22-yard line. Jake Belke throws his 5th pick of the season, the first of the season for Jake Hubden. A big play from your senior right there.
Just an absolutely huge play, Darren, before the end of the half. And, with just over a minute left, we'll see if Decorah maybe wants to try to make something happen. They've got 3 timeouts. But, even if you're content to sit on this, getting that stop on that series is huge.
Kent Sesker getting a talking to from Mark Hubbard up the far side. I have no idea why. It was an underthrown ball, and Jake Hubden made the play on it. It'll be a first down for Decorah from the 22-yard line. Football on the right hash as the Vikes move right to left. 1:02 to play till halftime. They have all 3 timeouts remaining. LaRue and Nimrod to the left side. Severson to the right. Wise and Hubden in an I formation. 6-man front for the Go Hawks. Here is the give to Garrett Wise, left side. He'll plow ahead to the 25. Epley the stop there. It's a gain of about 3 yards.
Yeah, the Vikings don't look to be in too big of a hurry here, Darren.
The turnover was the first defensive stop of the game for Decorah. 2nd and 7 upcoming. We'll get an update from Kerry Jorgensen, the swim coach, at halftime, as well as having a Viking sports report. We'll try to get you some scores as well. 2nd and 8 from the 25-yard line. To the right side, Heffron I formation in the backfield. Wing back left is Adam Knight. Tight end left is Eric Severson. Pitch to Jake, left side, looking to turn upfield. There's no room there as he gets covered up near the 25-yard line. That's going to be that for the first half. Well, Vikes got 1 scoring drive. Go Hawks got 2. That's about the only difference here in the first half, Chris.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to be encouraged, Darren, with what the Vikings showed on that drive that ultimately ended in a field goal. And then, obviously, this defense stepping up on 2 occasions. First of all, on Waverly's first drive, bending, not breaking, and then obviously the Jake Hubden pick here to end the half.
Well, halftime is upon us. Decorah trailing Waverly Shell Rock 9-3. Andy Sinkink will kick off from left to right, or west to east here at Viking Stadium. Ryan Sprain and Peter Bates back deep for Waverly Shell Rock. Sprain far side and Bates on the near side. Andy puts a boot into it. It comes down to Sprain far side, hash mark at the 9. Straight ahead, 10-15, opening to the 20 and brought down at the 20, or at the 30-yard line. Gabe Varney down on special teams right there. So first down and 10 for the Go Hawks, moving right to left, up 9-3 as we start quarter number 3.
Sprain had a pretty good head of steam going that time, but like you mentioned, Varney coming down, nice fundamental open field tackle there, Darren, and setting up this Viking defense again. Be nice to see him maybe get another momentum changer here to open the half. 3
receivers right, single receiver off to the left. Belke in the gun, Sprain to his right, 4-man front for Decorah. Here's the give to Sprain, sweeping left, hit by Jake Hubden near the 30, escapes his tackle and gets covered up at the 35-yard line. Jacob Leaps brought him down. They'll mark him at the 36. It's a gain of 6 for Spring.
It's one of those plays where the ball carrier has good enough speed where he can get to the outside, and Jake had a tough time changing the initial angle that he took on the play. Just couldn't quite bring him down in the backfield.
McNally, Graven, and Bates to the left. Single receiver off to the right. Velke in the gun. Spring to his right. Spring gets the handoff, runs left, cuts it in off tackle across the 40. Brought down between the numbers and the hash mark on the near side at the 45. Jake Hubden the stop. It's a gain of 9 yards.
Waverly coming out again and just opening up some pretty big holes, at least on that previous play, Darren. And, like Coach Friedoff mentioned at the half, it's a matter of now these kids taking the adjustments that they made during that break to kind of close those gaps down.
1st and 10, 44-yard line. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Here's the give to Sprain right side. No, Velke keeps it, and Eric Severson brings him down at the 47-yard line. Velke with only a gain of 2 on the zone read keep. That's the best Decorah has defended it tonight. At least one person defended it well with Severson. Everybody else was somewhere around the play.
Yeah, nice play there by Severson. One other thing to keep in mind is people tend to look at halftime and say, well, we'll make adjustments. It's not as though Decorah was the only team in the locker room making adjustments there, Darren.
Minute and a half into the third quarter, 9-3 Go Hawks. 2nd and 7 from the 47. Here's the give to Sprain left side, covered up near the 50-yard line. They'll mark him just inside Decorah territory at the 49. On the near side hash, he was brought down by Corey Anderson.
And from a defensive perspective, 2 pretty positive plays in a row here. Now, early in the second half, a big third down. Waverly, of course, has not converted one yet here tonight.
Neither team, in fact, has converted a third down. They are 0 for 4. 9:55 to play in the third. 9-3 Go Hawks. 3rd and 4 from the 47. Velke in the gun with trips to the left. Velke takes the snap, has time. Dryers deep down the center of the field, going for Graven. Incomplete. It's 4th down. I'm wondering if they're going to go for it, because that seems like a funny play to call if you're not going for it on 4th down. They are going to bring the punt unit on.
Yeah, you don't typically see that in that kind of situation, Darren, although you do have to say that the receiver did come open at the end of that play. The ball was just overthrown.
And in punt formation are the Go Hawks. Tanner Kruger averaging 39.5 a punt. Hubden and Sinkink back deep for Decorah. 9:43 to play here in the third. Kruger moves forward, gets the kick away. This one coming down to Sinkink at the 14 on a bobble. He re-picks it up at the 15, runs it up the left side hash, and gets it bent back from the 22-yard line. So the punt goes 37. Andy brings it back 7. Riley Steckelberg in on special teams for Waverly Shell Rock. Vikes start right to left, 1st and 10 from their own 22 with 9:33 to play in the third, trailing 9-3.
Not a significant return there, but Andy, making sure that after the bobble, at least the ball was secured, which obviously is the most important thing.
1st and 10, 22-yard line, left hash, Vikes left to right. LaRue to the left, Nimrod wing left. Tight end right is Severson. Hubden and Leap split behind Cole Steffen, who takes the snap, gives to Jake, tried the trap play left side and got brought down right near the line of scrimmage. Andrew Epley having himself a heck of a night. It's a gain or a loss, I should say, of 2.
Usually on that trap play, you have a defensive lineman coming across the line of scrimmage who almost gets a little wide-eyed because he's surprised that he's so free, but no one fooled that time for Waverly.
2nd and 12 from the 20, left hash mark. 9-3, Waverly Shell Rock with the lead. Nimrod on a wing right. Tight end right is Severson. Tight end left is Heffern. Split backs with Hubden and with Leaps. 6 on the line of scrimmage for the Go Hawks. Here's the give to Leaps. Powers his way off the right side. He'll move ahead to the 25-yard line. Brought down on the play by Andrew Epley. Help came from Brandon Bullman. It's a gain of 5 yards.
Now it's the Vikings' turn to try to become the first team to convert on a third down here, Darren, and they could sure use it in this spot.
8.5 to play in the third. 9-3 Go Hawks. 3rd and 7 for for Decorah. Football in the center of the field in their own territory at the 25. LaRue and Nimrod to the right. Severson tight end left. Split backs with Leaps and with Hovden. 5 on the line for Waverly Shell Rock. Steffen takes the snap, retreats in the pocket. He'll throw the right side going for Nimrod, and the ball is too tall, incomplete. Dalton Graven had good coverage on Nimrod. It's 4th down. He would have been shy of a first down anyway at the 29.
Cole kind of forced to throw on the run there. It was a little bit off his back foot, just kind of slung it out there, hoping the receiver could make a play, but no such luck.
4th and 7 it'll be. The Vikes will punt for the 3rd time. Jacob Leaps averaging 33 yards a punt. Carter Zidlicki is your snapper. Dalton Graven and Ryan Sprain back deep for the Go-Hawks. They have not returned either of these punts. Snap back in good shape, moves forward, gets the kick away. Leaps, hits it off the side of his foot. Fielded on a hop by Sprain at the 40. He runs to the 45 to the 50, and a nice open field stop by Marshall Johnson brings him down on the near side numbers at the 50-yard line. Punt 35, return 10. Midfield stripe is where the Go-Hawks take over with 7:59 to play in the 3rd. 9-3 Waverly Shell Rock.
Nice sure tackle there by Johnson. If Sprain shakes that tackle, he's got a lot of space to work with. So, you give up some field position there, but from Decorah's perspective, if that tackle's not made, it could have been a lot worse.
1st and 10, 50-yard line, right to left, left hash. 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage, 2 wing backs with Sprain and Bates. Steckelberg is the fullback, and the pitch goes to Sprain, right side, looking to turn upfield. Breaks the tackle of Marshall Johnson, covered up on the far side hash by Eric Severson at the 43. It's a gain of 7 yards.
That time Sprain was able to shake the tackle of Johnson. Johnson had a chance to make that play at the line of scrimmage, but Sprain with a nice little cutback stuck his foot in the ground, picked up 8.
2nd and 3, call it, from the 43-yard line for the heck of disagreeing with you, if nothing else, Chris. No, nothing personal, man.
I took Jeff Friedoff math classes.
I read what's actually out there, man. 2nd and 3 from the 43. Drop it to throw is Velke. Velke with time, being chased by Chris Hartman. He got away from him. He fires downfield, and he short-tops his man, incomplete. Going for Gentry Miller, the tight end, on the near side numbers at the 33. It's 3rd and 3 for Waverly Shell Rock.
Great pursuit there from Chris Hartman, coming all the way across the field to almost nabbed Velke from behind there, but like you mentioned, Darren, the throw short-hopped, and another big 3rd down for the Viking D.
7:15 to go in the 3rd. 9-3 Go-Hawks. 3rd and 3 from the 43. Go-Hawks 0 of 5 on 3rd down conversions. Sprain starts in motion. Give to Steckelberg, right side. Bounces right to the outside. He gets up inside the 40 and brought down near the 37-yard line. Steckelberg brought down after a gain of 6 and a first down. Marshall Johnson, Eric Severson combine on the stop. Good job of the right side of that line. Ethan Bixby and Brandon Bowman paving the way.
Corey Anderson for Decorah did a nice job getting upfield and kind of piling up that interior, but the ball carrier was able to bounce it outside that time.
1st and 10, 37-yard line. Double wing set, 2 tight ends, and Steckelberg the lone setback. He'll get the call. Powers his way off the left side, slips the defender, and gets finished off at the 31 by Jacob Leaps. Steckelberg gets 6. 2nd down upcoming.
That's just good, tough running right there. Classic, black and blue league football, and ends up being about 6 yards in a cloud of dust that time, Darren.
6.5 to play in the 3rd. 9-3 Waverly Shell Rock football on the right hash. 2nd and 4 from the 31. 2 tight ends, double wing set. Steckelberg the lone setback. Velke takes pitch to Sprain, or rather it's Bates near the 35-yard line. He gets brought down. Andy Sinkick on a solo stop on the near side numbers at the 34. A loss of 3. Another good job of secondary run support that time.
Outstanding individual effort there. He beat his blocker. He was trying to, the Waverly Shell Rock receiver tried to reach him. He shed the block, got into the backfield, and then made a nice open field tackle.
3rd and 7 it'll be from the 34. Go-Hawks 1 of 6 on 3rd down conversions. Double wing set. Epley split to the left. Steckelberg stands to the left of Velke in the shotgun formation. Driving a throw is Velke. Velke throwing over the middle. Catch made by Epley. He runs inside the 35. Brought down by Sinkink on the near side hash mark at the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down.
Not often you see a pass catcher wearing number 95 there, Darren.
That's his first catch of the year, too. He is the starting tight end for the Go Hawks. And he's had a heck of a night defensively as well. 5:27 to play in the third, 9-3 Waverly Shell Rock. And they are on their 7th play of the drive that started at the 50-yard line. It's 1st and 10 at the Decorah 21. Football on the left or near hash. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Velke takes the snap, gives it on the zone read to Sprain, turning the quarter at the 20, and jumping on his back and bringing him down is Jake Hubden at the 17-yard line, a gain of 4.
Nice play by Jake in pursuit there, and it's kind of seemed like tonight the Vikings have made some really outstanding plays defensively, but when it's come time to step up and really stop this Go Hawks offense, they haven't been able to do much.
2nd and 6 from the 17. 3 receivers to the right side, single receiver off to the left. Velke in the gun, Sprain to his left, football right hash. Velke swings out left side through the hands of Sprain, incomplete. And it's 3rd down and 6 upcoming. Sprain had Wise and Nimrod in the vicinity. It's 3rd down.
Another situation here, Darren, where fair to assume that Waverly might approach this as, having 2 more downs to work with.
Yep. 4:33 to play, 3rd quarter, 9-3 Go Hawks. 3rd and 6 for the Go Hawks from the 17-yard line. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Football right hash. Velke in the gun. To his left is Sprain. Velke keeps it on the zone read. Left side, runs inside the 10. Breaks the tackle at the 8. Finished off at the 5. First down, Jake Velke on a gain of 12 yards. He was brought down on the play by Andy Sinkink.
Waverly continues to be successful in that read option game. Viking D's just really had no answer for it to this point.
And Jake Velke, 3rd-year starter, and he plays like one, let's be honest.
Yeah, it's something that you really can't overstate, the importance of having a guy that's that experienced out there managing your ball game.
4:12 to play in the third, 9-3 Waverly Shell Rock, double tight ends, double wings, and Steckelberg the lone setback. 1st and goal at the 5. Give to Steckelberg, right side, hit by Corey Anderson, dragged down with help from Leaps and Wise at the 5-yard line. Gain of 0, 2nd down upcoming. Injury situation for Colin Nimrod, and he'll have to go to the sideline.
Jogging off.
I think an equipment situation more accurately. 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Be interesting to see what Waverly does with these next 2 downs. Obviously, Decorah has been pretty stout in the run game once they've gotten down to this area of the field.
2nd and goal at the 5. Double wing set, 2 tight ends. Steckelberg, the lone setbacks. Velke rolling out to his left side. Dump left, catch made by the back. Bates bounces off a defender at the 5 and lunges ahead to the 2 right on the sideline. Hubden finished him off. It's a gain of 3. 3rd down upcoming. 3:23 to play here in the 3rd. A 9-3 lead for Waverly Shell Rock.
And Decorah backed up again. Shadow of their own goalpost. Wouldn't surprise me here, Darren, even if the Vikings were to get a stop on this play, if they have to deal with this offense for 2 more plays.
I guess you would think they would kick the field goal. It would be a 2-score game, but I'm not Coach Hubbard. 3rd and goal at the 3. Give to Steckelberg, right side, plowing ahead, lunging to the goal line. Is he in? Yes, touchdown. Riley Steckelberg with his 8th rushing touchdown of the season. And the Go Hawks go up 15-3 with 2:52 to play, quarter number 3.
Pretty well defended, but I mean, when the ball is on the 2-yard line and you've got a powerful runner like that, not a whole lot of situations where you're going to be able to stop that.
Another nice drive for Waverly Shell Rock, 50 yards, 12 plays, 5:07 off the clock. The Go Hawks will chase points here. And go for 2. 2 tight ends, double wing set. Steckelberg the lone setback. Velke off play action, has time, throws to its right side, catch made by Epley for the 2-point conversion. So the Go Hawks go up 17-3 with 2:52 to play here in the third. And let's take a break for Paul Hudson, your State Farm insurance agent. 17-3 Waverly Shell Rock. Another nice drive, 50 yards, 12 plays, 5:07 off the clock, and a very efficient offense led by a third-year starter for the Go Hawks here tonight. This is Vikings Radio 1240, KDEC Decorah, and KDECRadio.net. Darren Swenson, Chris Wanless for Homecoming 2014. Go Hawks leading 17-3. Indy leading Vinton Shellsburg 22-6. That'll be the opponent next week for Decorah, as Denton's kick is deep. It comes down to Hovden between the numbers and the hash mark near side at the 5, runs to the 10, to the 15, to the sideline and the 20, speeds to the 25, and thrown to the sideline at the 30-yard line. So Hovden, with a nice patient return, got what he can for 25, and Andrew Epley on special teams as well.
Yeah, Hovden there waiting for the seam to open up, exploited it, was maybe just a half step away from being able to get into some open space, but you mentioned it again, Darren. Epley having a nice game defensively to this point, and then stepping up on the offensive side of things on that last series.
First and 10, 30-yard line, right hash, 17-3, Waverly Shell Rock, with 2:44 to play here in the third. LaRue to the left side, Colin Nimrod wing left. I formation with Hovden and Wise. The tight end right side is Severson. 5 guys in the backfield. Pitch to Hovden left side, looking to turn upfield. He got by Epley and gets covered up near the 42-yard line. A flag is down, and I think Carter Zidlicki is going to get caught with his hand in the cookie jar. It's a gain of a yard should it stand. And Waverly Shell Rock came in as the top rushing defense in district number 3, and they're sure playing like it tonight, Chris.
Yeah, and they've just really not allowed Decorah to get anything going offensively. And you talk about a team like Decorah, Darren, obviously wants to get things established in the run game. That's how they make their money as an offense, and if they can't get that going, it's tough sledding.
First and 22, back to the 18-yard line. Heffron to the left side, wing left is Nimrod, tight end right is Severson. High formation with Sinkink and with Wise. Give to Wise left side, plows ahead across the 20 to the 25-yard line. A gain of 7 yards. Andrew Epley in on the stop with Drew Ragsdale. A gain of 7, second and 15 upcoming. 2:22 to play here in the third, and the Vikes trailing 17-3.
One of the more successful plays we've seen out of that particular look, just right up the middle. Got a decent amount of that penalty yardage back, but still more work to do.
To the left side, LaRue. Wing right is Nimrod. Tight end right is Severson. Split backs with Wise and Hovden. 5 on the line for the Go Hawks and 8 in the box. Here is the give up the middle and a loose football. Wise lost it. And a Waverly Shell Rock defense that has taken the ball away 14 times this year may have the football they do. Coming out of the pile with it is Ethan Bixby. And that's 15 turnovers in 5 games for this Waverly Shell Rock defense. That's pretty impressive,
That's
Chris.
An outstanding number. Anytime you can force that many turnovers, Darren, those plays lead to momentum shifts in ball games, and Waverly, obviously a team that's been pretty successful in doing so to this point in the season.
First and 10, 22-yard line, Decorah territory. 1:52 to play in the third. It is 17-3 Waverly Shell Rock, and the potential is there for more. Double wing set. Steckelberg, the lone setback. Go Hawks right to left. Pitch to Sprain, right side, looking to turn upfield. Cuts it in, inside the 20. Brought down on the far side numbers at the 17-yard line by Jake Hovden. Tim Winter also there on the play. A gain of 5 yards for Sprain, and it'll be interesting, and I'll probably have to do it in a blog entry this week. First down efficiency on offense. It's been pretty outstanding for Waverly Shell Rock tonight. And that's something that Decorah has struggled with offensively all season long. 2nd and 5 from the 17-yard line. Velke gives to Steckelberg, left side, plowing ahead, now cutting back to the right, and gets covered up near the 11-yard line, and Steckelberg will have the first down, a gain of 6 yards.
Yeah, and it was something I mentioned at the halftime break there, Darren. Coming into the second half, Waverly hadn't converted a third down, but the best way to take yourself out of that position is just pick up your first downs on your first 2 plays of series. So Waverly has definitely done a very good job of that here tonight.
1st and 10 at the 12 with a minute to play here in the third. Go Hawks leading 17-3. And looking for more football on the right hash. Double wing set, 2 tight ends, and the lone setback is Steckelberg. Velke keeps it on the option left side, pumping once. Gets by Colin Nimrod. No, he doesn't! Colin drags him down back at the 16-yard line. Velke tried to stiff arm, but the Kings said no. It's 2nd down and about 14 back to the 15-yard line.
And with this defense facing a little adversity here, you can clearly see there's no quit in number 10, Darren. He's been all over the field tonight. You've called his name so many times. Just great to see a player like that who you expect to be a leader step up in times like this.
I believe the Go Hawks have to snap it one more time here in the quarter. 3 receivers right, single receiver off to the left. 2nd and 14 from the 15-yard line. Velke takes the snap. Rolling out to his right side. He'll fire over the middle, and the catch is made by Robeson for the touchdown. He beat Adam Knight to the post, and the Go Hawks go up 23-3. Velke and Robeson connecting for their first score of the year. It's Velke's 3rd touchdown of the season, his 2nd one tonight at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Knight just got caught about a step behind that route. There was really nothing he could do. Pretty easy toss there for Velke.
Snap, spot, kick, up and good. Go Hawks 24, Vikings 3, 3 quarters done. And let's take a break for Hacker Nelson CPAs and Business Consultants and Winneshiek Mutual Insurance. Welcome back to Decorah, everybody. Darren Swenson, Chris Wanless on Vikings Radio 1240 KDEC. Homecoming 2014, and Waverly Shell Rock has now scored the most points against this Viking defense this season. 24 as they score off the turnover. And the field position game, which has been in Decorah's favor through the first 4 weeks of the season, has not been so tonight. 24-3, the average, or the score right now is Waverly Shell Rock will kick off from left to right.
Well, Darren, one thing we mentioned at the end of the half, neither team had picked up or converted a third down situation. Both were 0 for 4 at halftime. Waverly now 4 of 5 here or in that 3rd quarter.
Denton will kick off from left to right with Hovden and Nimrod back deep for Decorah. Kick coming down to the near side. Nimrod makes it on the run at the 17 near side numbers, and he'll get as far as the 31-yard line, brought down between the numbers and the hash mark on the near side by Michael Dix. So 1st down and 10 for Decorah from that point at the 31, moving right to left and trailing 24-3. Cole Steffen in his first start at quarterback. Vikes with only 89 yards of offense to this point. You can't really put any of that on Cole. The struggles that you've had all season, you're seeing them again here tonight. 2 tight ends. Football on the left or near side hash mark. Sinking and leaps in an I formation. Give to Andy right side. Looks for a hole. Finds one. He gets across the 30 and gets hammered down by Ryan Sprain at the 36-yard line. And he gets a 5-yard gain.
Just kind of, that's almost a microcosm of what we've seen here tonight, Darren. You finally get a little open space, and then boom, all of a sudden you're on your backside. But, just to go back to your previous point, Cole, when he's been asked to throw the ball, has made the right decisions, and you can't really put the running struggles on him. No, 2nd down and 5 from the 25-yard line. Here is the give off the left side to Andy Sinkink. He'll move ahead to the 36-yard line. Not much happening there. And, I'm going to hear this from people, and I'm going to explain it right here. People are going to say, why are you in double tight ends, everybody else in tight, when you can't run the football? Well, the reason you're in double tights in a situation like this, if you only have one tight end on the field, you can cheat to the power side so much, and that
messes up the blocking schemes for Decorah. This way they cannot cheat to the power side, and it gives a better chance for success, even though bottom line up front, Decorah is getting blown up all night. 3rd and 4 from the 37-yard line. Give to Leaps right side, nothing doing. As he gets knocked back, there's a flag down from the 38-yard line. We'll see what the flag is all about, as Leaps only gets a couple, and that's the reason you're going with these tight formations in situations like this. Bottom line, the Waverly defensive line is beating the Decorah offensive line, and if you're asking your offensive lineman to block for 5 to 6 seconds as compared to maybe a second and a half to 2 seconds, you're going to struggle all that much more.
Yeah, and it's something that a lot of people.
It's a face mask against Waverly, and it's first down Decorah, by the way.
A lot of people won't realize or don't necessarily understand is, we haven't been running the ball that effectively, but being in those double tight formations gives us the best chance to be able to pop off a running play.
10:25 left, 24-3. Decorah on top. First down at 10 from the 43-yard line. Heffern split to the left side. Wing right is Nimrod. Dropping a throw is Cole Steffen. He'll throw deep down the right side. Going for Colin Nimrod. Over the shoulder catch inside the 30. And out of bounds he goes at the 22-yard line. That was one heck of a throw by the junior.
Absolutely outstanding throw, Darren, to have his receiver kind of tiptoeing the sideline, putting it right over his shoulder. Gave Colin a chance to come down with that, and he did. Just a great throw from a guy who's making his first varsity start out here tonight.
First and 10, 22-yard line, 10-11 to play. Clock stopped as Colin went out of bounds. 24-3 Go Hawks. First and 10 from the Go Hawk 22-yard line. Here is the give, or a play fake. Steffen under pressure. He's going to get dumped. Back at the 30-yard line, a solo stop for Reed Shepard from his defensive end. They're going to mark him at the 29. It's a loss of 7 yards. And, boy, those first down pass plays have just kind of been disastrous all season, Chris.
Yeah, that play action there really not fooling anybody on that Waverly defensive front. But, you look at that, you wind up with a sack after a nice pass play, and now all of a sudden you're sitting at 2nd and 16.
From the 28-yard line, 9.5 left, 24-3. Go Hawks on top. High formation, split left, Heffern, wing left is Nimrod. Given a draw play to Sinking, and that one just got blown up. Sinking got met by 4 guys in the backfield at the 31-yard line. And on a draw play, you're going to let some guys in, but you got to give the running back a little bit of a gap there, Chris.
That's just
just getting
it's
beat.
Hard. Yeah, it's hard to even explain what happened on that play, Darren. That's something that you should never see.
No.
4 people literally came free up the middle on that play.
3rd and 19 from the 31 after the positivity. Inside of 9 to play, 24-3. Waverly Shell Rock. 2 receivers left, split backs. Dropping a throw is Cole Steffen under pressure. Throws to the left side. Catch made by Nimrod. Looking to turn up field, and down he goes at the 28-yard line. A 3-yard gain. It's 4th down. Steffen got dragged down as he threw the ball by Christian Mosley that time, but showed a little toughness, got right back up and said, hey, here we go.
That's what you got to do, Darren. I mean, that's what, as a Decorah football player, that's what you're expected to do every single time.
4th and 15 from the 27, 18 to play, 24-3, Waverly Shell Rock. 2 receivers right. Tight end left is Severson. Split backs, Leaps and Sinking. Dropping a throw is Cole Steffen. Steffen throwing down the right side, going for his man, and it's knocked around incomplete. He went for Heffern, who was double covered by Graven and Sprain, and a 4th down turnover there for Decorah with 8:02 to play. Go Hawks up 24-3. And is that one of those situations as a quarterback in a pattern like that, a few years or a little more experience as the quarterback, are you going to look off to your second guy more easily in that situation as compared to just kind of lofting it out there as Cole did that time?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that it was a designed rollout play. Cole kind of had to chuck it up at the last second with some pressure bearing down on him, but in that situation, you're definitely right. The more experience he gets under his belt, the more patient he's going to be able to be.
And here is Velke on a handoff, gives to Sprain left side. Dragged down by Tim Winter. back to the 24-yard line. It's a loss of 4 yards that time, says Tim Winter makes a little bit of a nice play. 2nd down and 14. And that's one of those situations, going back to the offensive play there, that you can't simulate that in practice, can you?
No, you really can't, because in practice you're not going against such a hard-nosed defense like you're seeing on game night, and you're also not necessarily going to be facing the kind of pressure from your own teammates as people who
delay a game.
People who are out there wanting to take you out of the game.
Delay a game on Waverly Shell Rock, so it'll be a 2nd down and 19 from the 19-yard line. 24-3 Waverly Shell Rock. They led 9-3 at the halftime break. I'd send a special shout out. One of those guys that the public should never take for granted, and we definitely don't. Mike Ashbacker, listening up at Gunderson Lutheran tonight, listening on the internet. He's been with us all night, and we apologize for that, Mike, but we appreciate your patronage. Velke on the keeper, left side across the 20, and escapes out of bounds near the 22-yard line. Colin Nimrod escorted him to the boundary. It's a gain of 3 to set up a 3rd down and 16. It was good to see Austin back in town today, doing well down at Iowa State.
Be fun to see number 64 on the field tonight, though, Darren.
Exactly. Boy, was he fun to watch. 3rd and 16 from the 22-yard line. Of course, Mike wore 64 back in the day, too. They said the same thing about him, I'm sure. 3rd and 16, and Velke throwing deep against McNally. And McNally had great coverage of Colin Nimrod, and they throw it out of bounds at the 45-yard line. 4th down upcoming. I know it's a 21-point game. That's an interesting sequence of play calling there, but you know what? They got to coach their own team.
Exactly, Darren. And, from Decorah's perspective, you're going to get the ball back here in what should be pretty good field position. And obviously, with only 7 minutes left, 21 points down, barring, a couple explosive big plays here, it's going to be important for this offense just to get something going before this game, ends in terms of creating a rhythm, getting comfortable with what they're doing so they have something to build on heading into next week.
And I think Decorah is going to get a sideline warning here as somebody was in the box too close on the near side. Mike telling me they didn't say that about him too much. By the way, prior to that last series, average starting field position, Waverly, their own 41, Decorah, their own 25. Snap back to Kruger in good shape. He'll move forward, get the kick away. Coming down to Nimrod, near side hash mark at the 37. Runs to the 40, gets a block to the 45, 50. Collin to the 45 and the 40 and brought down. Collin with a return of 24. After a punt of 39. So the first plus territory start for Decorah with 6:56 to play as the Vikes trying to take a little insult out of injury right now. 1st and 10 from the Gohawk 39, right to left, trailing 24-3.
Another big play there by Collin. If there's been one, shining star tonight for the Vikings, it's definitely been number 10.
Well, the King should shine on homecoming night, shouldn't he? 1st down and 10, 39-yard line. Steffen in at quarterback will take the snap, short drop. Swings it out right side, catch made by Hovden. He'll dance ahead to the 40 and brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of about 1.5 yards. They'll mark him at the 38. We talked about the Waverly defensive line. Their linebackers, their safeties, they all flow to the football pretty darn well there, Chris Wallace.
Yeah, and, just using that play as an example, you love to get the ball in Jake's hands as much as possible, but when he's really special is when he has space to work with, and this Waverly defense is not giving him any tonight.
2nd and 9 from the 38-yard line with 6:20 to play. 24-3 Waverly Shell Rock. Here is Steffen. Takes the snap, gives to Colin Nimrod, sweeping to the left side, looking for a hole. Isn't one there. As Jake Velke brings him down at the 38-yard line. Gain of 0. 3rd down upcoming for Decorah. It's been just a struggle offensively tonight, and the struggles we've seen offensively is what we've seen all year. It has nothing to do with the new quarterback. 3rd and 9 from the 38-yard line. LaRue to the right, wing back right is Nimrod. Tight end left to Severson. I formation with Wise and Sinkink. Option right side, pitch goes to Sinkink, turning upfield. He runs to the 35, to the 30, and he gets a first down. First third down conversion of the night for the Vikings as Andy brought down by Andrew Epley at the 27-yard line. It is a gain of 12 yards.
Andy got to the edge nicely on that, and he picked up a great block on the edge from Brett LaRue, who was out there from that split end position. Nice job reading that block, cutting to the inside, picking up the first down.
First and 10, 27 near or right side hash. On the far side hash, Heffern right, Severson left, Nimrod wing right. Split backs with Sinkink and Wise. Short drop, Steffen throws the left side, and did he throw it short of Severson? Yes, he did. It one-hopped him against Velke's coverage at the 20. Second down upcoming.
A little hurried in that throw, and that, anytime you've got that kind of two-step mechanic as a quarterback, you've got kind of that urge to get it out of your hand as quick as possible, but you've got to realize that you've got time to get that plant foot set and really drive off that back leg.
Second and 10 upcoming from the 27 right hash. 5:17 to play, 24-3 go Hawks. LaRue right, Nimrod left. Wing right is Severson. Split back, Sinkink and Wise. Short drop, Cole Steffen throws the left side, going for Colin Nimrod. Incomplete, flag down. 2 flags down, in fact, as Jake Velke never turned his head against Colin Nimrod. And it's going to be a first down for Decorah on the pass interference penalty. But give Cole Steffen credit. He threw that ball only where Colin would get it, and Colin, frankly, wanted the ball more than Velke there.
Yeah, he really sold out to try to make that catch. It fell incomplete, but you mentioned the pass interference. That's almost step one as a defensive back in coverage. You have to get that head around, or else they're going to throw the flag on you every time.
Mark Hubbard is not liking the call, and frankly, Hub doesn't have anything to argue with there.
You have to get your head around there, Darren.
Well, to steal a line from Chris Wanless, that's textbook. They will show a play like that at a rules meeting and tell you to throw your flag. And the second straight week, we've had a darn good crew. These Sesker boys have done a good job tonight. First down and 10 at the 13-yard line on the half to the distance penalty. Steffen takes the snap off play action, and he had no prayer as the right side of the line got beat up that time as Steffen sacked back at the 20-yard line. As Steffen got into his 5-step drop, Christian Mosley tackled him before he could set his plant foot.
A lot of times, people say, well, he had no time to throw on that play. Cole literally had no time to throw on that play.
And they're going to mark him at the 18. Second and 14 from the 18 with 4:40 left. 24-3 Waverly Shell Rock. LaRue right, Severson left, and a timeout is going to be asked for by Cole Steffen as a formation confusion for the Vikings. Let's take a timeout as well. 4:43 left. 24-3 Waverly Shell Rock leading Decorah. Let's take a break for Wicks Construction and Plan One Financial. 4:33 left, 24-3 Waverly Shell Rock. Second and 14 it'll be from the Waverly Shell Rock 18-yard line as the Vikes trying to get to the end zone for the first time tonight. Colin Nimrod split to the left side. Brett LaRue split to the far side right. Wise and Sinkink split behind Cole Steffen. Wing back right is Eric Severson. Driving a throw is Steffen. Hit as he throws down the middle of the field. A floating pass is going to be caught, I believe. No. Severson was battling with Graven on the wounded Quail in the end zone, but it ended up hitting the ground as Cole had pressure right away and threw that off his back foot. Didn't get the mustard he wanted on that ball.
Yeah, it was just being driven to the ground as he got rid of that one and kind of threw it up for grabs. Fortunately for the Vikings, it fell harmlessly to the ground.
So third down and 14 upcoming. 4:27 left, 24-3. Waverly Shell Rock. I formation, Hubden and Wise. Wing right, split right. Option right side pitch to Hubden, looking to turn up field, and he gets his tires flattened near the 17-yard line. Dalton Graven brought him down. It's fourth down from that point.
Just again, you really can't say it enough tonight, Darren. There's just been really no room. for these Viking ball carriers to work tonight, and that's a combination of some schemes breaking down on the offensive part, but give Waverly credit.
Yep.
They're out flying around and making plays.
LaRue and Nimrod to the left. Split backs, Wise and Hovden. Tight end right is Severson. 4th and 12 from the 17 with 3:49 left. Steffen takes the snap, rolls to his left. He's under pressure, immediately tries to scramble and gets dumped. At the 17-yard line, Andrew Epley, who's been all over the field tonight, will get credit for that sack. And it's 4th down turnover, and Waverly Shell Rock will get the football back with 3:43 left. And football games are won in the trenches, and a big-time win for the defensive line of Waverly and the offensive line of the Go-Hawks tonight.
It's a cornerstone concept of the game of football. Blocking, tackling. The Vikings have not done a good job blocking. Go-Hawks have done a great job tackling tonight.
Exactly. And the opposite can be said on that end of things. 1st and 10, 18-yard line, give to Sprain right side as Vilke remains the quarterback. Or Steckelberg got the call, I should say, and Steckelberg gets 3 out to the 21-yard line. Some new players coming into the lineup for Decorah. It'll be Cody Zidlicki and James Lang on the defensive line to get Cole Headington and Corey Anderson. 3:19 left, 24-3. Waverly Shell Rock going to spoil homecoming 2014 here tonight. Steckelberg will be the fullback, double wing set. 2 tight ends on a line of scrimmage and a 4-man front for Decorah. Give to Steckelberg right side, plows ahead across the 25 to the 28-yard line, and Steckelberg will get the first down, finished off by Garrett Wise. That field position and kicking game that has kept Decorah in some games that, and you can credit those two aspects to the last 3 victories, just hasn't been there tonight. Waverly has driven the ball well enough to not put themselves in bad field position, and their special teams, which have been pretty good this year, continued to play well here tonight as well. Waverly led the game 9-3 at halftime and have scored 15 points here in the second half. And up front, both sides of the ball, they've controlled things. 1st and 10, 28-yard line. Give to Steckelberg, left side, wrestled down by Jacob Leaps to the 32-yard line as Anderson and Headington will replace Lang and Zidlicki. So 2nd down and 5 upcoming.
Put around by James Lang.
24-3. Waverly Shell Rock looking to defeat Decorah for the first time since week 8 of 2010. 2:08 left. 24-3. Velke takes the snap, gives to Steckelberg right side as he hammers through across the 40 to the 41-yard line as LaRue and Sinkink bringing him down there. So first down upcoming from the 41-yard line.
You got to admire that from Waverly. Game in hand, but still running with absolute physicality, which frankly is what you should do. There's no reason, even though you've got this win in hand, to slow yourself down or put yourself at risk for any injury. So definitely it's just been kind of a classic Northeast Iowa black and blue type game from Waverly tonight.
1st and 10, 41-yard line, give to Steckelberg off left guard to the 44-yard line. 1:25 left, 24-3, Waverly Shell Rock. As they will go to 4-1, the Vikings will drop to 1-1 in district play. Cyrus Nelson is in at the defensive end now for Decorah. As Waverly still with their number ones here with 1:08 remaining in the game. This will be the first home regular season loss for Decorah since 2010. Give to Steckelberg left side. He's across the 50 and into Decorah territory at the 48-yard line. Finished off by Zach Lee. And 56 seconds left in this one. I don't say that to be negative. I say it to be appreciative of what you've had. And let's face it, as football supporters in Decorah, we've been pretty spoiled. But right tonight, guys in black and gold were just better. 48 seconds left in this one, 24-3. Waverly Shell Rock, and I think Velke is just waiting instructions to perhaps take a knee in this situation, and down he goes, and They won't spot the ball before inside of 25 seconds, and that's going to be that. Waverly Shell Rock spoiling Decorah's homecoming as they lose to the Viking, or they beat the Vikings 24-3 here tonight.